I want to go through how do we work smarter and not harder in order to earn more money with the Amazon Influencer Program. I love this program. It's always changing and doing different things. And so, we kind of got to roll with the punches when they come. So, we're going to be talking about content creation today and just what does that workflow look like, and just realize that everyone's workflow is going to be a little bit different, right? So I'm going to go over what my workflow is. I'm going to give you guys some pointers. I get a lot of questions about like how long should it be taking me to create new content, and what's your process, and how do you keep everything organized and all that good stuff. And so I'm going to go through my video creation workflow with you all. So I am going to go through kind of my 7-step process to creating videos from start to finish, and just what does that organization look like? What am I putting together? What am I really doing in that process? And again, just realize that everyone is going to have a different process, and so this is mine. And so I hope that it helps you either kind of make yours more efficient, or you can kind of look to my process to help you with how better to streamline your own, right? So, all right, so let's get started. 7 steps. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's really not. When I break it down, you guys are gonna be like, yeah, okay, I do all that stuff anyway. So it's really just a matter of streamlining and getting organized. And I have found that when I do this process, everything takes a little bit less time, even though it seems like, okay, well, you could just wing it, turn the camera on, start talking, boom, 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 videos up there. You can totally do that. I do that a lot too. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that, but this is just a more organized approach, as I've been getting a lot of questions about this. So step 1 is obviously pick your product. What is the product that you're going to be creating video for? And I always recommend starting with one product. You can certainly do compilation videos where you have 3, 5, 10 different products. But here's the thing you want to remember is that if you're creating a compilation video, you can't tag more than 10 products. So don't have more than 10 products in there. But also know that if you're going to be tagging up to 10 products, your video is probably not going to show up on any of those product listing pages, right? If the goal is to get on Inspire, then go ahead and do that. But if your goal for the product is to be able to get on the product listing page, then you really just want to focus on one product. You can tag up to 3 and still have that chance to get on the product listing page, but your goal should be one video, one product. And again, you can amend this any way you want. We're just kind of going over my process, and I'll show you guys the whole thing right at the end. I have the 7 steps lined out for you so you can see it. But step 1 is obviously pick your product. Focus on one product and then move from there, right? Okay, so that's step 1. Step 2, prepare your talking points. So again, you can totally wing this. You can totally wing it. I sometimes do that, but I find that if I prepare my talking points, it makes the editing later much less intense, right? So what do I do to prepare my talking points? I typically will write something down. So I'll talk about how I'm doing video or not, but I will write something down if I'm going to be recording and not doing a voiceover later, right? If I'm doing a voiceover later, then I'm probably going to type out those 3 to 5 bullet points so that I can just go sit there in front of my microphone, reference my bullet points, and do a voiceover, which then will get edited with the video footage later. But you want to prep some talking points. And I do recommend doing a little bit of research before you do this too. As we're seeing the carousels get a bit more filled up, right, as time goes on, you want to go look at your product page, the product that you're trying to get placed, your video on. Go see, are there any other influencer videos? And if there are, what are they saying? What are they saying that you can kind of fill in some gaps? How can you make your video better than everyone else's video on the carousel? So a couple ideas for that are going to be list out, right, your top 3 to 5 benefits. But also, if you tell a story, a quick story, right? We don't want it to be an extended video, but if you just talk about a personal pain point that this product has solved for you, I think the customer is going to resonate with you a little bit more, and they're probably going to keep watching your video. For example, I like to just say things that this microphone has solved the pain point for me of having great audio, because when I was creating videos without it, the audio wasn't quite as good. That's kind of not really a great example, but you guys you get what I'm saying. So prepare your talking points, do your research, go see what the other videos are talking about, and go look at the product listing page, go look at the brand video itself too. And another tip that I like to do is to go and look at the questions and answers. What are some of the questions that customers are asking about this product? Because that means that there's usually a gap in the content from the seller or the brand. And again, maybe that's somewhere that you can put your talking points in if you see a gap. Like, oh, this one thing that I really want you to know. Again, don't be clickbaity with it. But if there is something, right, that you wish you would have known before you bought the product, talk about that, right? Again, talk about the pain point it solved for you, talk about how you use it. So just get your talking points together, prep them, and you'll have more to talk about, and it'll sound more prepared and put together, right? So prepare your talking points. So when you're done with that, we're going to move to step 3. Choose your format. So what exactly do I mean by choose your format? I mean, like, choose your video format. So are you going to be recording horizontally, or are you going to be recording vertically? And you can get placed on product listing pages doing it both ways. You can be horizontal, you can be vertical. But if you want to get placed on the product listing page, which I always recommend should be your first and primary focus when you're creating new content, then you want to probably focus on horizontal. Again, if you want to repurpose this so that you can use it for social media and use it other platforms, you can totally go vertical. Just only tag one product if you wanted to get on the product listing page. Another like kind of factor that I look at for me personally is this video going to be a demonstration of the product only, or am I going to be showing my face in this video? Am I going to be showing my face? Because if so, I want to be able to batch. And so when I'm getting my area ready to be able to record, I want to know, am I going to be showing my face? Am I going to be not showing my face and just doing a demo? Because that's really going to lead into our step 4 here. And I like to batch it, right? So if I have 10 different products that I know I want to show my face in, I'm going to record those 10 products together as opposed to going back and forth. Yeah, let me just move over to step 4 and kind of show you why. But it's really, for me, it depends on what's going to be in the video. Is my face in it? Is my face not in it? And that's going to help me prep for step 4, which is going to be prep your recording space. So what does that all include? That includes video, audio, lighting, background. So again, if I'm showing my face, I want to make sure that my background is at least decently buttoned up, right? If I'm not showing my face, then I need to make sure that my background is a nice kind of solid color background, that it's really going to help the product pop out, right? And so when you're prepping your recording space, you want to take in, to account step 3, which is your format. Same with horizontal and vertical. You've got to make sure that your background is great. But the other factors you want to look at are, of course, your video, your audio, and your lighting. So those are kind of the 4 things that I'm looking to prep before I hit record on any video, whether it's horizontal or vertical, or my face is in it, or it's just a close up of the product. You want to make sure that your recording space is prepped. And like I said, video, got to make sure you have good lighting. Your audio, are you using an external microphone, or are you able to get close enough to your phone so that that audio will be just fine? So that's another thing that you really want to be looking at here is step 4, prep that recording space, and then batch it, right? So if you have 5 products that you're just doing close-ups of the product, batch those, do those 5 together. Okay. If you have 5 products that you're going to be sitting there doing a product demonstration like this, do those 5 together, right? So kind of batch based on your format. And then that will help you make sure you're optimizing your time and being the most efficient you can with prepping your recording space too. All right, so that's number 4. Number 5, finally, we get to record your video. So like I said, I primarily use my phone for this. I have an iPhone 14 right now, so that does a pretty good job for me. Sometimes I will use my external camera off of my laptop. Again, it depends on how I'm recording and where I'm recording too. If I'm recording in my office, like I am right now, I can very much use my desktop. But if I'm recording somewhere else, I'm mostly using my phone and a tripod. And so, of course, step 5, just go ahead and record your video. After you've prepped your recording space, you know exactly what you're going to be talking about, or at least have some bullet points as far as, what are the pain points and the features and benefits you want to be talking about. So that's step 5. Actually record your video, right? Hit record. And then step 6, so after you've recorded, you're going to edit your video. And there's a couple different ways you can do this. Like I said, this is something you can do. This is something that you can very much outsource. This is one of like the no-brainer things to outsource if you have a resource that you can be utilizing to edit your videos, because that's definitely not something that you need to be doing if you have a resource and you're time crunched. I have somebody that helps me with editing. I do some of my own editing, but for some of those longer videos and kind of the more intensive videos, and I was talking about this in the Q&A session with the course students yesterday, but just really depending on like, what is the purpose of the video? How competitive is this product? And that's really going to depend on like how I actually do my video. So, if I have a product that is not necessarily super competitive and I'm just kind of showing it like, here's the thing and here's everything that's included in it, I don't really need a ton of editing. When I do products that are bigger, maybe there's an assembly involved. Maybe I want to demonstrate it, not sitting at my desk. So then I will have footage of basically kind of different scenes, right? I'm not just in one place recording. If I have different scenes that I'm needing to be splicing together, then I will typically record the footage separately of the product. And then I will do a voiceover and then kind of put that all together in a folder and send it off to be edited. So, again, there's different ways that you can do this. I definitely spend more time on those higher price items and the more competitive product placement options there. But there's so many different ways that you can do your editing. I just kind of want to give you some examples of the different ways that I do my editing. Sometimes I will just sit in front of my phone and record the whole thing in one go. And then I'll just go and kind of splice and, take out the pieces where I'm saying or where there's some downtime or if I messed up saying something. And that's it, right? That's a really easy video to edit. But like you said, if you're doing more of the I call them more of a compilation video only because you are in different places when you're recording the video using the product. So in that case, I will just do a voiceover recording, audio only, and then I will put over, the audio. I will then overlay the video where it makes sense for what I'm talking about. So that's step 6. You can record or you can edit however you like, but those are kind of the different ways that I like to get my editing done. And then, step 7 is the easiest. Upload to Amazon, right? So when you're done, don't sit on it. Don't wait. Upload it to Amazon right away, because the sooner you upload it to Amazon, the sooner they're going to be able to get it on Amazon, get it on product listing pages. It'll show on your storefront pretty quickly, almost immediately after you upload. But yeah, step 7, just get it on Amazon as soon as it's ready to go. And then, of course, like rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Do this as much as possible. Get as many videos up there as you can, because that's going to give you the best chance to keep earning on the videos you have and continue earning on new videos. So that is my 7-step process. I also have a quick little overlay that I'm going to put on here just so you guys can kind of see. Here's the whole kind of step 1 through 7 video creation workflow that I've put together. Again, a lot of it is kind of, it seems very obvious, right? But sometimes I'm a visual person, so sometimes it just makes sense to kind of see it visually. Kind of all the steps there. So again, you can kind of take this and work it into your own video creation workflow, or you can very much take my workflow. And if that works for you, please do go ahead and do that. This is a resource that's included in my course, Influence and Earn. If you want to check that out, it's at Courses by Kathleen. But this is the whole video creation workflow, and just kind of if you need a visual really to get your to get your content up there and just kind of stay on track. Sometimes we start recording and then we go back and we're like, oh, we have files, but they're not edited. And the amount of people that tell me, like, oh, I have like 20 videos, they're just not ready yet. They're just not quite edited yet. So I hope that this video creation workflow is helpful. Just going through this step 1 through 7, hopefully will just kind of give you some direction. And again, just amend it to whatever is easiest for you. If you don't need notes and you can just come up with things off the top of your head, by all means do that and don't waste the time writing notes. For me, I like having the notes, but that's just me. So take this and use it however you like. And I hope that this has been helpful for you guys. But yeah, until next week, I will see you guys then. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.